Hello and welcome to another day of StarLadder StarSeries Season 8, Day 11 of 30 days of group stages. And we are here with the first game of the day. It is Empire on the dire side. Empire, the team that we're also going to see after this game. And on the other side is the team that we're only seeing once today. It is OSG Gaming on the Radiant side. And of course, I am not by myself. I am joined by Mod. Welcome to the broadcast.
Hello, thank you for having me. We've got some great games today, but I'm super excited for this one in particular. Team Empire versus OSG Gaming, of course. Empire, a lot of these players have been around for a long time. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with their draft and how they're going to play OSG Gaming. They got a rough game against them, of course, here, but they're going to start out with a nice ban and the Pugna. On the other side, Empire's going to go with the Lich and the Clockwork, so the beginnings of the draft are underway, Sheever.
Yeah, I kind of already see perhaps a couple of heroes making it through that... You know, we normally see banned out. I'm thinking Elder Titan, so if OSG is not going to ban it, I'm expecting Empire to not waste any time and pick it up. Let's take a quick look at how Empire has been doing so far. I mean, they haven't had that many games. Every team, in the end, will have played 17 games in total. Empire has already played 7 of those, which, compared to others, is a quite decent amount. 4 wins, 3 losses. Can't really afford to lose that many more games, and especially not against OSG Gaming if they want to still make it to the playoffs, as they have not faced up against some of the top teams in this group stages yet. And OSG Gaming, as you can see, they are having 5 games played, 2 games won, 3 games lost. Not doing amazingly well, but still doing a decent enough to not be in the bottom yet, because a lot of those teams still have to play games. And I say not in the bottom because the bottom 4 will have a chance to get dropped out to the Pro Series, like that's a league below, and that's not where you want to be. As we do have Elder Titan making it through, and Empire indeed picking that one up. OSG Gaming, they opted to go for the Viper ban, which is interesting considering I would actually only see that one banned out if there was an OD pickup in the first big stage, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was a weird ban, and you mentioned how if they didn't ban the Elder Titan, Empire would pick it up, and they did just that. If you get an Elder Titan pick, that can really help you out through the entire early to mid game, just because of how strong he is and how good he is in team fights with, of course, that natural order. VIII and Alchemist are going to go to the wave OSG, so expect to see a lot of minus armor reduction coming out from Medallion, from VIII, Alchemist with the Acid Spray, and of course the physical damage coming out with the Unstable Concoction. Now the question is, do they run this Alchemist support, mid, or as carry? And really that depends on what they want to pick up next. With Empire, they have 1 minute and 20 seconds left here. They could go for something like a Crystal Maiden, because that hero is also very strong as a support. There's a couple other options. Venomancer is still in the pool as well. It will be the CM for Team Empire, however.
Ooh, if we're doing the drinking game, then you did not have to drink. How about that? That's cool. So, yep. And Crystal Main also, of course, is support with the Disable, which is indeed something that, for example, Veno wouldn't offer. I am expecting them to either ban the Veno or still pick him up if he makes it through. Right now, though, OSG Gaming, they will have the first pick after the banning phase is done, so they'll be having the first option here, and perhaps they reveal a bit more about what they're indeed going to do with that Alchemist, because he's just a hero that, I mean, we've seen him mid yesterday. He was very strong mid, actually, doing a very good job, and we've seen him support, we've seen him safe lane. He can just do anything, so we can't really tell too much about that. Mirana's still banned out. I mean, one thing that OSG Gaming is kind of lacking, I mean, even though Alchemist has a stun, it is some kind of extra support with a Disable, or extra hero with a Disable. Doesn't necessarily needs to be a support. But we'll see what it turns out to be. I guess for Empire, it just comes down to banning out what they don't want to face, rather than banning out what they think that OSG Gaming is going to pick up. Also because OSG Gaming is, of course, a fairly unknown team.
Yeah, exactly. It's more about their preference and also what's strong currently in the metagame. There's a couple of heroes they can go for, and you see exactly that. The Mirana ban, that's very strong in the current metagame, and they say, listen, yeah, we don't want to get hit by arrows. We got what we want right now. We're not too afraid of an Alchemist or a VIII pick here. We've played against him before. And then they go with the OD, which is still another strong hero in the metagame. So still nice pickups coming out from Empire with their bans. Also the Gaming ban on a Gyrocopter, they're afraid of that as a carry from Empire, but I feel like Empire is going to do something a little bit more unorthodox with their carry pick here. I might be wrong about that. Still, there's a couple of other options. We haven't seen a whole lot of, at least I haven't seen a whole lot of Clinks since MLG, which was a big pickup for Speed Gaming. I don't know if they'll do it this time around, but it's sort of fallen out of favor for whatever reason. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to go for.
Yeah, I believe we saw a Clinks yesterday, but he lost. I'm not entirely certain, but that was just because the enemy team just got off the ground way earlier before Clinks could actually do anything. Storm Spirit still picked up for Oslick. They have banned out the Puck straight away to make sure that that's not going to be a matchup that the Storm will have to deal with. Still quite a few mids in the pool, though, that we know that Resolution can do very well on. I'm not sure if they would want to go for Queen of Pain. And I miss Queen of Pain. I'll say that, because she's normally a big playmaker in the mid game. But we haven't seen her that often. And right now, I mean, her Sonic Wave is kind of nice, but it's not going to be enough, I feel like. I don't think they're going to pick up the Queen of Pain, unfortunately. But which hero are you expecting to see up against the Storm Spirit here?
Honestly, if this is sort of kind of, I think, just what I would like to see and what I would like to play as. Elder Titan mid against Storm can do very well for himself early on. I don't think they'll do that, considering Elder Titan's usually played as an offlaner now, but I would definitely like to see it. They could also go for the Queen of Pain, like you mentioned. I'd say the Puck would be the other option, but they banned it out. There are a couple of other heroes that are available, but I'm racking my brain right now, and I can't think of exactly one that does particularly well against the Storm Spirit. Clockwork would have been a nice option, but it's banned out already as well. So a lot of the heroes that would do okay against the Storm are not available. They could go for an Invoker as well, which is an okay matchup against the Storm Spirit, because you do get your early Forge Spirits, which does a lot of damage against the Storm Spirit with Cold Snap, but they're going to pick up the Abaddon as their second support first, and this gives them a lot of killing potential as well as survivability in the early team fight. So nice pickup coming out from Empire.
Yeah, did you have, by the way, your microphone turned on inside the game?
I had it turned on when I jumped in the game, and then I just refreshed it by turning it off and turning it back on, and it might be taking a couple of seconds here. I saw Pariah message in chat, and he's complaining about it, so I try to fix it.
Okay, for people in Dota TV, if you still cannot hear Mod, let us know so that we know that it's still an issue, but it should be fixed then. I like the Abaddon pickup for Empire. It actually opens up a bit more of a Weaver potential. I don't really like it, but it is something that Empire does a lot. Silent Weaver with an Abaddon backing him up, and Crystal Maiden might or might not be on the same lane. I mean, if we're thinking about perhaps still having an Elder Titan mid, I would really love to see two dual lanes coming out of Empire. Having a safe lane with the Crystal Maiden, Abaddon on the off lane with the Weaver, and just put out Elder Titan mid. That would be something that I would like to see. As you said though, I mean, Elder Titan mid is not something that Empire is really doing, and I don't believe that Resolution has ever done that at all. So I guess time will tell. Empire themselves, by the way, were apparently also kind of struggling with what they were going to be doing, because they used most of their bonus time for that Abaddon pick, that they're not going to be able to combine up with the Weaver, because Weaver just got denied by being picked up by Oslick Gaming. And that's going to be... it's going to be revealing that Alchemist is most likely a support.
Yeah, I don't like this pickup for most, like, and I make it a point to say that anytime that a team picks up a hero just to deny the enemy team the hero, I don't like it. I don't know if they're going to be able to fit this as effectively, and this is exactly why, because you could just pick up a Doom to, counter it immediately. That's what Oslick Gaming should have done. They should have said, okay, they'll probably pick up Weaver here, we go for something like a Doom with the 5th pickup, unless, of course, they ban it out, in which case we go for another hero that can take down the Weaver as quickly as possible. But with the Weaver pickup on Oslick Gaming, they get immediately counterpicked into the Doom. Empire, I think they have a really strong draft right now with this Doom pickup. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I really like it as well. We've seen them on the off lane with that one. We've seen it on the safe lane as well. Either would be decent. And for Oslick Gaming, well, that Doom is going to be really, really annoying for Storm Spirit. So we'll see how they deal with that, and how fast, of course, Doom is going to rotate. If he's going to be trying to build something first, like a Shadow Blade, depends on how aggressive he wants to be, or if he is just going to go after Storm Spirit the moment he is level 6. I think that's going to be mostly depending on how Storm is actually doing when Storm himself reaches level 6. But that's something that Storm has to always keep in mind, and he is going to be the Doom target, or Weaver, I guess, too, but at the start it will be a Storm Spirit, because Weaver needs just more time to get online.
It depends on who's... It depends on who's being more annoying in the fight and who's going to be low enough, I think. If they have the potential to kill either one, they'll Doom whoever they think they can get the kill on. So it does work well for either the Storm or the Weaver, and that's a very good point. The Timber Saw does come out for Oslick Gaming. They ban that. They expect to see that mid, and I think that's a very smart ban, because Team Empire could have done that as well. Bristleback ban coming out from them. They don't want to have to play against that annoying hero. With the last 2 picks that comes out, it's going to be... They could go for another support and have the Alchemist as a farming Alchemist for Oslick, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that. Empire, they need either an off lane or a mid hero here. And that'll be interesting what they want to go. So the last 2 picks, only 10 seconds left in reserve time. They've taken pretty much the full time for this draft.
Yeah.
It's a long one.
It is a very long one. Both teams really unsure what they're gonna do, or I think we can conclude basically that both have just banned out really strong heroes that indeed were the right bans to do, because so much time was needed to think about what else they were gonna pick up instead. OSG Gaming, of course, indeed having the disadvantage, I guess, of having the second last pick, so Empire can just completely now figure out what OSG is doing and then just ban or pick up whichever hero is gonna counter the one that's gonna be on the lane against the heroes of OSG Gaming. I mean, with the Nature's Prophet pickup, I think it's fairly safe to say that we're going to see a safe trialing with the Weaver, Alchemist, and Visage with the Storm mid, Nature's Prophet on the off lane. I wouldn't mind seeing Nature's Prophet on the safe lane and then have an aggressive tri lane, but I guess that's a bit too far-fetched. So Night Stalker is going to be the hero for Empire, and that is a nice hero still up against the Storm with that silence still there. I kind of like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those silence heroes that works well against the Storm or Weaver. It's really good at nighttime. Obviously, you have to wait for it to roll around. But if you have a good time mid, if you get a couple last hits in the early game, get to 4 minutes, and first night is effective for you. First night is what you don't really get kills as much in the first night as you used to. The first night's all about kind of securing your lead for the second night. When you hit that second night, you hopefully have your boots, maybe even phase or an urn, and then you start roaming around getting those kills for resolution. So that'll be an excellent point for them to try to, strive for that, 8-minute mark roughly, I think it is, or 12. I can't, whatever, some number up there. But the second night is really what they're going to be looking for. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, second night indeed at 8 minutes, which is a perfect timing also if you are thinking about getting your Doom involved, because around that time he should be having his level 6 as well. And of course, I mean, level 4, you might want to try and get a ganking, but I guess that depends on how the lane is going for them. Or minute 4 rather, but minute 8 is going to be a really good timing for them, I feel, as well. So let's take a look at who's playing what, as we do have OSG Gaming bringing out the pause, as they need 2 minutes. That's very precise. And nobody is sharing good HUD skins. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? So we're going to see Resolution. He'll be playing the Night Stalker. Of course, he is the mid player for Empire. We've got Always on a Fly on his Crystal Maiden. Vanscore, back from being gone, he'll be playing the Abaddon. By the way, that set is pretty badass. I don't like the horse, I just really don't. But I do like the helm and like the way that the rider looks.
Yeah, that's crazy. He looks like one of the ringwraiths from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
It's not.
But the horse is kind of awkward. It's not really a horse even. I mean, he is walking on... It's got paws and horns, and I just don't know what it is. We've got Silent playing the Elder Titan, and Mac, then last but not least, the offlaner for Empire, will take on the Doom. So I guess we're going to see indeed an offlane Doom, a safe lane Elder Titan, and perhaps we're going to see the same thing as we have been seeing, I think a couple of times ago, where Silent went on the safe lane solo, and then an aggressive tri lane around Mag on the bottom lane with Always Wanna Fly and Vanscore.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for them to do. They have a Crystal Maiden, which is a little bit of lockdown, but since they don't have 2 disables, it's going to be tough. I mean, you can get close with Scorched Earth and you can run at them. You can also level Death them, which gives them mini stun. But I don't think it's going to be enough to lock down. I don't think Frostbite will keep them in the area long enough for them to really grab a kill.
But they should at least secure a farm for Mag, right? I mean, that's...
Yes. Yeah, they would be able to do that very easily in the offlane. I just don't know if they want to go that route. I think they'd rather have Elder Titan in the offlane just so that they can really secure Doom. Plus, they can always rotate Crystal Maiden into the jungle early on with Frostbite to help her get farm and have a little bit more of a roaming option as well and be just a bit safer. But with that being said, on the side of OSG Gaming, I'll do my best to introduce everyone here, as we've got Bignum on the Weaver, Wicked Sick, the Stand-in will be on the Alchemist, Chomi is going to be on the Storm Spirit, Tipo will be on the Nature's Prophet, and to round it all out, he's not in the game yet, but Wicked Sick will be on, of course, the Visage, and hopefully I've pronounced that mostly correct, but
Nature's
I'm
Prophet,
not sure.
I have been told that he will pronounce that as Tron.
Tron.
It's a Russian name.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
It's like Havos, but then Tron, like a different kind of different names, but yeah. And of course, the Tron that it's supposed to be sounds very Russian, but I just don't know. Like, it's just Tron. Wow.
Tron.
Vanscore is drawing hearts on the minimap. Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing them do, like, if you're saying like maybe tri-lane is not gonna be successful for Empire, do a lane with Vanscore with Mag and Always Wanna Fly just in the jungle, and would actually be really nice as well. Actually, for now, everybody's going top. So we'll see where they're gonna go. And when I say everybody's going top, it's also the same for OSG Gaming. So perhaps I was too hasty with saying that it might not be an aggressive trail lane. I really hope it will be, but I really think it won't be. So we'll see though.
Well, you can see already that, you know, OSG Gaming thinks it is going to be just a regular defensive trial lane because Tron, he got boots at level 1 at his first point. So, I mean, if he gets boots, it means that he feels like he's going to be threatened in this top lane. So that's what OSG Gaming are thinking right now. But they're going to maybe clash here in the jungle. This could be very interesting. I don't think either team is going to want to just roam out. Nobody really smoked up. They're just trying to put wards down, be aggressive, and just find out what's going on in the game so far. So nothing too crazy happening. We probably won't see any action.
Yeah, interesting observer ward that OSG Gaming places. It's just for vision. I mean, you get yourself the vision coming in from who comes from behind the lane. You get the vision from who comes over the river, actually. I do believe that scouts that out as well. And it doesn't block the camp. So it's a good ward for vision, but other than that, you don't get any kind of lane control with it. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I certainly don't mind it. I actually really like anytime you're in the off lane, or you have an offlaner, you want to give vision of what's going on in the jungle. It doesn't, you know, and with the patch now, you don't necessarily need to block the camp. That's not that important anymore. So with that, they will have vision up in the top lane, and that's important. But 2 mid, look at this.
Yeah.
The Radiant team.
I mean, they really don't like resolution, but Vanscore is still around here. So they don't see him. Let's see how they're gonna do, because if the shield comes out, resolution is gonna be fine, I think. He should be. Vanscore, still around. In comes the Alchemist, looking for the stun. We'll throw it out, but the shield comes out straight away. Resolution can just walk away from that one. I mean, that is just...
Yeah, that's just...
Did he know? Because they did see the ward. They did see the ward of them running towards that place. So they must have realized something was up, keeping him close.
Yeah, they must have known. He wouldn't stay there if he hadn't known something was happening. So that's an excellent play to make sure that stun does really pretty much nothing. The Aphotic came right out and resolution was fine. He was able to run back to the tower. So that's just time and energy wasted for most of the gaming. Obviously, Vangsor is going to have to go down to the bottom lane as well, but his support doesn't necessarily matter as much. It's still going to be room for Silent to farm for now, but it is going to be a duel versus a try. So at least they will have some survivability with Silent and Vangsor down here because he's got the Aphotic shield. So if he gets stunned, he can always just Aphotic out and he'll be fine. On the other lanes, obviously, they won't be able to kill Tron as easily now, considering it is, of course, this dual lane, but they could still do it with Frostbite with some damage coming up from Mag. Farming is going to be very interesting early on, as we'll see who is leading the way. It apparently is the Radiant team, and Stormspirit is having a very good time early on, and he will continue to do so throughout the early game until Resolution gets more farm and it becomes nighttime.
Yeah, that's where he will start to shine. He'll try to take as much as he can. He already has a bottle, so that's great already. But other than that, I mean, he can't really hope to really outlast hit Chomi all too much. Or have rune control over Chomi, actually, depending on, of course, what kind of help they get from their supports. But with the Nature's Prophet on the side of OSG Gaming, basically any runes should go the way of them. As we have a bit of a... Well, perhaps a bit of a skirmish. I don't know what Silent is doing here. It looks like he's just trying to pick up the experience and actually get some last hits with the Spirit as he goes. That's pretty decent. I mean, that's something that you can do now, of course. Steal experience from the low ground. Pretty successful, giving some solo experience here to Vanscore, though he's not really getting all the too much.
Not so.
Big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta be careful, though. Even if he goes in the jungle, they will have to be careful because, like, he can't really survive everything, especially if they level up their supports more. It's just kind of a play where they had Vangsor to help him out with the Aphotic Shield, but if he's not there, they have to be extraordinarily careful. The rune was top, but Resolution was running at the same time as Chomi. Chomi knew that he couldn't really run faster because he was going to get voided, so he did the smart thing and denied the Invis rune, making it so that neither of them get it. Top lane, the Nature's Prophet's still alive, and this is going to be a problem. If he can get decent farm, he'll be all over the map early on. He can also TP in for ganks as well, which they need to do, I think, early on in the game. Once the wave gets pushed out, they could definitely go after Silent. Even if they have an Aphotic Shield up, they can still grab that kill, or they can jump on mid on the Night Stalker. So expect to see the Nature's Prophet involved early here.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting decent levels. He's almost level 4. Might not be leveling as fast as Mag, but considering he is indeed outnumbered, it's pretty decent indeed. If I would ask you where the first blood is gonna happen and who's gonna get it, like which team is gonna get it, bottom lane, mid lane, top lane, where would you expect it to be?
I'd say probably bottom is most likely. They're not going to roam for a kill, I don't think, because they only have that one disable, so mid is a little bit unlikely. And like I said, Nature's Prophet can TP around, so it'd be a 4 versus 2 engagement whenever they want. They will have to deal, like I said, with the Photic, with Miscoil, and that'll be annoying, but they could still get a kill through it. So I'd say 90% likely that it's going to be bottom lane, maybe 10% likely that it's mid lane. I would not expect to see it top unless they get a roaming gank coming through from the Night Stalker, which I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it might happen. Resolution picked up a haste as it turns nighttime. That is, I mean, that's a recipe for gank, but Tron being very safe and being on the safe side of his lane, and also just very careful. They do have a ward out there,
Someone's
though,
gonna
so
die,
they
maybe?
pick him up. Oh, perhaps he can pick up that. Yeah, with the haste from Pop, and it's being nighttime. He has got a Void as well. This should be your first blood. Proud comes out, though. The Void, the vision isn't there. Resolution overextends and will die instead. Chomi lives to tell the tale. Well, that Night Stalker is going to be a really sad one. Thinking he had that secured.
That was a misplay. He needed one Void to get the kill. One Void, and he just got juked through the fog, unfortunately. Which means that there was time for Tron to TP in. And like I said, he could be all over the map and be involved early, and he was. Getting that first blood is a huge pickup for him.
Yeah, and Vanscore looks to be the one here on the bottom lane. In comes Resolution, though, and his Visage dies first. Bignum still trying to chase down Vanscore, but Vanscore denies himself. And the Alchemist gets picked up by Resolution as well. Now Bignum. There's a Void, there is a silence in Resolution as well if he wants to use it, but he doesn't find it. Bignum is able to juke Resolution. TP incoming, this is the Storm, and the Visage coming in. Chomi, he's got himself as level 6. This is a moment where you don't want to give him any kills. The silence comes out, it doesn't kill off Bignum though. Chomi jumps himself, it goes for silent. The Vortex is there, the burst. It is enough, it should be enough, but the shield comes out, doesn't matter. Bignum takes the kill. Chomi now completely out of mana though, and Resolution looking very healthy. Should be able to pick up Bignum if he is only visible, which he is not. Makes it back behind the tower, should be safe. Chomi has got a lot of mana left, or a bit of mana left rather, to get himself away should he be jumped upon, but Empire, they back off, ending up in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, that's devastating because they had that. Empire really should have had that kill on Bignum. He was a little too aggressive, shikuching all over the place. If he had gotten silencer voided once, he was dead, obviously. Sadly, that didn't happen, and I think the reason, that it didn't happen was the fog, obviously. So expect Resolution. Oh my god.
The Spirit, we just Zik, trying to haste himself away with the Grave Chill, but I'm not sure if he can. Resolution still chasing. He gets blocked by his own teammates there. The Soul Submission actually comes in. He has to be getting away from this one. Gets slowed down. Will be able to make it alive, but I'm not sure if we can say the same from Silent. Not with Tron coming in there. Silent, blocked in. Yeah, you're not going to go anywhere. Bignum coming in, and it will be the tower actually to take the kill because everybody was trying to give the kill to each other. That was kind of awkward, but nonetheless, gold gets split, and that is a very nice return kill. Empire, they do get the Weaver in the end, though, so that's actually quite decent.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, if I'm Team Empire, I am like yelling at my Night Stalker to build an Aghanim Scepter as quickly as possible because they've been getting juked so hard this game. Their ankles are pretty much broken. Talk about Barry Sanders, my god, because they've been so close to like 5 or 6 kills and they just can't get it because of the fog. So get that nighttime vision coming out. Unstable's gonna fly in silent. He gets a Photic though. They're gonna work on the tier 1 tower bottom, and they've been fighting down here the longest time. They've given a lot of room for Mag to farm up. He is level 7 now. He's got something flying out. It is a Midas recipe, and they're gonna grab a kill on Resolution down bottom. I believe no, it was mid actually. As Chomi's there.
Kill.
Yeah.
Was Crystal Maiden coming in too late. Solo kill for Chomi. Makes the kill the kill score is sitting on 5-4, and of course the first blood went the way of Oslake Gaming earlier already with Night Stalker diving too far. But there was also a deny on the Abaddon. So in the end, it's now an even kill score, finally, with that kill up on the Night Stalker. Overall, over the entire engagement on the bottom lane, Empire actually came out ahead. So they're going to be happy with that. And on top of that, they didn't have to rotate their Doom, while everybody of Oslake Gaming was actually involved on the bottom lane. Wicked Sick gets picked up. Elder Titan with the Spirit with the kill. Hand of Midas is picked up on both sides, by the way. Got himself the... Whoa, Silent. Might be in some trouble here. Nah, he's fine. We've got a Hand of Midas on the Weaver as well as on the Doom, as actually Silent decides to just go for We Just Zig right now. The speed is still there, but Resolution comes in with the Void and the Punch. That's a kill right there. Bignum deciding to back himself up, slightly outnumbered. And the hate train continues perhaps mid. Perhaps you want to take down the Storm, because that's the main concern right now. Storm hasn't died yet. He's been involved in all kills so far. And he can be very scary.
Yeah, but they won't be able to take him down until nighttime because the silence is only a 3-second duration unless they have multiple heroes roaming in for that kill. Resolution can't do it himself, even though he has double damage. He's had an okay first night. They've been trading a lot. He's 2-2-2, so at least he's been involved in a couple kills. He's also lost a few deaths, but that doesn't matter. He's done a very good job. The second night's going to come through in a couple of minutes here, and he's going to have an excellent time then. The fact that he got a kill a couple of seconds ago in the daytime is huge. I feel like that's a really good thing for him because usually you don't see that happening too often. You don't want to fight as a Night Stalker, but they caught the Visage out of position, and with that they give him a bit more gold as well. Top lane, the Midas is done for Mag, so he's farming very effectively with Devour, which is level 3 Scorched Earth, so he's got regen and Tornado to stack up camps and get the camps killed with Tornado. Tron, though, is sitting, of course, trying to get his Midas of his own. He's sitting at 800 gold, and he's close to it, not quite there yet. And, wow, 67 last hits, though. But mid lane, Resolution getting pulled.
Oh, that's an easy pick up. Visage, actually, with the last hit. But Nature's Prophet Ultimate definitely helping out there. And that's just a Resolution coming out a bit too close. I think he just really wanted to get his level 8. Might have actually been thinking about going on Chomi. When he turned level 8, he could have used the Darkness, perhaps not expecting VIII to be around there. Can't do it, though. Dead for quite some time. Hasn't specced up his last point, or did he? Oh, he actually did. He went for Hunter in the night. Never mind that. Level 8. Well, that means that his tower is going to die unless Always Wanna Fly by himself can do something against it. Very aggressive teleport once again from Resolution during the daytime. He is very confident here in his Daystalker kind of beings. Oh, Wicked Sick. Might be in some trouble. Hides behind the tower. TP incoming from the Visage. Will protect everybody. And actually, they're looking to initiate. They get a stun up on Silent. The Acid Spray is there as well. In comes Big Num. The shield might help out. And Resolution with the haste rune and a double damage rune. Oh, one more point needed for Big Num. If they just get a vision, Void will do the job. The vision was there. That's going to be Resolution looking for another target. Looking for VIII. Weaver and Alchemist both picked up. And it looks like VIII is going to be the next one. Who needs nighttime if you have double damage and haste, right?
Seriously. And they actually had 5 heroes for that gank. And it doesn't matter if they take 5 heroes to do it. They're going to grab kills. They're going to grab a tower, which means gold for them. Now they'll split up. They'll have room to farm. They've created some space for themselves as well. Always Wanna Fly, getting boots now, level 6. Now that he has his ultimate as well, this team fight is even stronger because Natural Order is also maxed out. Going for mech is silent. This is just Empire's playstyle. They love to play aggressively ever since for so long now. And they're doing an effective job of it. Nature's Prophet is a bit behind. He just got his Midas, so it's going to take him even more time to get into the game. He's only got 3 points at a Nature's Call, so split pushing is also not going to be as effective. And it looks like there's going to be a Vanguard probably coming out for the Night Stalker. I think it's flying out to him right now. Yes, it is. So 11-minute Vanguard means even more aggression coming out from Empire here, and they will do a lot of work come about 15 seconds from now when nighttime does hit up again. He'll have his first point in darkness, which means that he can consistently get nighttime going throughout the entire second night. And here we go, maybe more action.
Yeah, Silent gets jumped upon, will be bursted down. A lot of mana used for Chomi to jump himself in there. Looks for Always Wanna Fly next. Big Nim also in there, and that should be their second pickup. This was a smoke gank. And with the high ground advantage going the way of Oslo Gaming, they get themselves 2 kills. And that's the thing they need. I mean, right now you mentioned the amount of aggression coming up from Empire. They need to slow Empire down. That's all they need to do, and then get their Night Stalker, or sorry, get their Weaver rather, and their Nature's Prophet up the farm. Slow the game down, and smoke ganks are the way to do it, especially if you're talking about successful smoke ganks, of course.
Yeah, but that wasn't their smoke gank being effective. That was Team Empire being too aggressive. They had a dire ward, but it didn't give them complete vision over the jungle. They had no real, control over the opposing jungle, and they kind of just walked up there. You saw where the Elder 10 was. He just kind of died, so it was a bit of a bad positioning here coming out from them. So Empire, they've got to say, let's relax, let's keep farming. We don't need to do anything too aggressive. Like I said earlier, just, they've created space. That space isn't necessarily down in the bottom jungle. However, Mag is farming up a Shadow Blade, so he will be able to roam around and get solo kills. He's actually 400 or 200 gold away from it because he does have the Shadow Amulet, I believe. It's on the Courier. So once he gets that Shadow Blade, they'll be able to be more effective in terms of ganking, in terms of team fighting. Plus, with the Night Stalker as well, they can certainly grab kills very easily. On the other side of the coin, like you mentioned, Weaver still, trying to get up to, full power here. He's got his Basilius, he's got a ring of health here. It's going to take him a bit of time to get that Lincolns, considering how much farm he's got now. Storm Spirit is getting a decent amount of farm. He's actually very close to a second Oblivion Staff, which means Orchid's going to be done very soon. But here's the push coming in from Empire.
Yeah, and they've got themselves the Shadowbladed Doom. He's already gonna walk in behind the tower, seeing if he can snipe someone off. The ping comes out though, they see him moving there. The Radiant side has got a ward at the same place at the Dire side, so they're gonna be safe. They're gonna let this tower go. They have no choice, to be honest, because they cannot fight this at this moment. Maybe with the Nature Prophet ultimate, actually, that's a lot of damage, and no mechanism ready just yet. They're looking to take a tower of their own here on the bottom lane, where Mag already shows himself. He's by himself though, and I don't think... Maybe he can deny his tower, but he cannot get a solo kill, I think. Or he's gonna try! The teleports are coming out! The Void as well! Joey has no hope for him. Looking for more resolution in nighttime in his element. Oh, Sprout up together with the Nature's Prophet. Big Num's still able to teleport himself out. I guess that's what the Sprout bought him sometime, and of course nobody that could see him. But still, 2 kills go on the way of OSG Gaming, 2 important kills. They still lose their tower, but they also get the tower top. And, I mean, those 2 kills are just very important. The only one that would have been nicer would maybe have been the Weaver. But for now, they don't have to worry about the Weaver just yet, because first he needs to finish his Lincolns, and only then will he need to finish some damage items, and that's going to take some time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And they're not too concerned about the Weaver, which is why you saw the Doom go on the Storm's Fury. You mentioned in the draft is that Weaver does take time to get online. They want to try to shut him down as early as possible. Now, the important thing to note is they are going to try to get a kill on Bignum, maybe, but they're going to lose a tower top. That's tier 1. They've got no TPs to defend this because they all TP down bottom to try to deny or at least fight at that tower. And they did an effective job of trading. They got 2 kills, like you mentioned. They got the tier 1 top, but they did lose that tier 1 bottom, which Bignum did get. Still, he's going to grab a double damage rune. He's going to be effective, or at least they're going to give it to Chomi. They use the Astral, the Crystal Nova as well, but he will grab that tower, or excuse me, rune. But now you can see Empire, they want to try to maybe fight mid, and they're trying to pressure and play S5 here because they know that they can't really allow Tron or Bignum to get online. So with this, they want to fight early. They've got an early team fight, you know, kind of oriented lineup here, so they are still taking damage on their tier 2 tower, however, they have to TP somebody back. That's resolution.
Yeah. They won't be able to catch out Nature's Prophet, he's already safe. What I like is that both teams at the same time get themselves a Medallion of Courage, so we might actually see either of the teams go for Roshan. Both have actually a pretty decent lineup to take that. I mean, you can tank something up with the Alchemist, or with the Night Stalker, with that Vanguard, you're pretty tanky, you can take them Rosh up, you have the minus armor from the Medallion. Maybe OSG Gaming in terms of killing potential has a bit better one, of course they have the Treants to tank up the Roche. They don't only have the Medallion, but also the Acid Spray from the Alchemist coming out, so they would kill him a bit faster and a bit safer, because they don't have to use a hero to tank it. But I think either team right now, if they see the opening, if they feel like OSG Gaming is just in the zone in terms of on the lanes and in farming mode, then they could sneak a Roshan in. For now though, they're still trying to make things happen. They're still hanging around here. We still have Vanscore hanging around here, as well as Resolution only in the jungle, and the moment that someone is left by himself, I feel like they're just gonna jump that person.
Yeah, absolutely. They're looking for pickoffs, but now that it's daytime, it's going to be a bit harder. Obviously, and they keep saying this. I mean, Night Stalker's Night Stalker. He can use darkness if he needs to. He is close to level 2. He has his level 11 point put into a point of silence. He'd rather have 2 silence than the 2 darkness, and I actually like that a bit better. The extra second at nighttime can really give you a good chance to grab a kill. He is going for the Aghanim Scepter, like I talked about. In terms of roshing, you're absolutely right, but the problem is that Empire is on Dire, so they have that inherent advantage. Plus, they have, you know, vision, whereas the Radiant team have no vision around the Roche pit. Looks like they are smoked up, looking to try to catch somebody out. The only person that's down here is Silent, and he probably won't get caught out of position too easily. We'll see, though. He is only level 9, so he doesn't have Stomp, so he might not be able to save his life if he does get caught out of position.
Yeah, we'll see who they find. If they can find Silent, it's a decent kill. But they are letting everybody else do whatever they please. Oh, there they come. Looking for the Sprout, fighting it as well. The Earth Splitter still comes out. Silent knows what's coming for him. Does as much as he can before he dies. But die he shall. Vortex up on Vanscore. His burrow time already gone. He gets nuked down as well. 2 kills going the way of OSG Gaming. I would say a smoke successful in this case. And nothing really taken in return for Empire. No tier 1 tower. The rotation now comes that Mag and Resolution look to try and take the tier 1 tower. Perhaps forcing them away from the bottom lane. But I'm not sure if they can actually do that. They don't really have that particular amount of pushing power you would want to have if you want to push down towers fast. And they are going to lose their tier 1 bottom if they're not careful. tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, the Acid Spray, the Visage Familiars are doing work in the tower. There is a TP coming in right now. That's going to be silent. He's back into the fight. They will push this back. They won't be able to catch anybody out of position, I don't think, unless they hit a stomp. I don't think he's level 10, though, so that's not going to happen. So in the end, they do take a bit of tier 2 tower damage. They're going to try to push in a little bit more on the tier 1 tower, but they know there's TP rotations coming through. So, another smoking success, like you mentioned, for Oslic Gaming. They need to keep doing more of that. Empire, I don't think I've seen them use a smoke this entire game, which is something that they really could benefit from. They have potential. There's a gem on the Night Stalker right now. If he gets an Agdam's finished up, it's going to be really hard for them to survive because he'll have vision, he'll be able to void. Mag is doing an effective job of farming right now. It's still very close, though. I think if you look at the graphs, it should be about even in gold. It's actually only 1,000 going the dire way, and same with experience.
That is really nothing. For 19 minutes into the game, that is as even can get, I feel. Unless it's absolutely on the 0 mark, of course. But this shouldn't feel a difference. Of course, we also have Hand of Midas's. It's 2 for 1 in terms of Hand of Midas's. So, you know, that's kind of interesting. Might be slightly in favor of Oslic Gaming. But still, by the way, we do have a bit of miscommunication on the side of Oslic Gaming as they're charging up for the sun. Oh wow, that Vortex was long range. The silence, the nukes, it's all there, but the mechanism heals resolution up and he might be able to turn around. He has got the bubble, he gets a shield, and in comes the freezing field, the pain. Big Num doomed up, will get picked up, knows what's coming. Chomi the only one left alive. He still has a lot of mana to zip himself out, but oh my god, that was a very big display of pain and a very tanky resolution.
Yeah, that was amazing. I gotta say, that was just great team fight coming up from Empire. Yeah, that's Vanguard and Point Booster doing work, and right at the end there, Vangskor, he had an amazing Aphotic Shield to help him back up as well with the Mist Coil. The mech flew a little early on, and then they turned it around that huge huge freezing field. Now they're going to head to Roche. They'll be able to take this quite easily because they have the crit on Doom. He's got a little bit more armor. They're going to medallion up. There's nothing really that the Radiant Keep team can do to stop this, and just like that, that is probably a huge gold swing. You can see 2,000 gold right after that fight, going the way of Team Empire. That's going to give them even more items. Resolution staying alive for that entire fight helps them get closer to that Aghanim Scepter, which is the big item for nighttime, just for vision, so they can lock down Big Num as well as Chomi. There's the Aegis going for Resolution. I don't know. They took a while to pick it up, but he got it.
And he is only 500 gold indeed away from his axe, indeed, as you mentioned. That's pretty scary. With that fight, there's a Hand of Midas now. Now the Midases are even again on the Elder Titan. And the miscommunication that I was talking about, wait a second, can he actually do this? The TP comes out from Tron, there's no interruption anymore. No, he cannot do that. That's why you always carry a TP scroll as the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, very smart play, just to get out alive.
Yeah. But there's 2 medallions on the side of Oslic Gaming, one on the Alchemist and one on the Visage. Of course, normally both are heroes that built that, but I don't think it's intentional. It would be quite awkward to have 2 medallions on your team.
Yeah, that's probably a miscommunication there. You don't need 2 of them, really. I mean, yes, I understand the team's tanky, but I think that's just because I think they just, honestly, they didn't communicate. It's like building 2 mechs or 2 drums. You see it from time to time. 2 drums is okay, I don't mind that, but, you know, 2 mechs obviously doesn't work very well for your team. 2 medallions is sort of along the same vein.
Yeah. Shiva's guard up for Mag. He is farming really well. He is sitting on 12k gold, with 8.7 gold in total on the side of the Weaver, which is, you know, the highest one on the side of Oslic Gaming. Empire still lose their tier 2 top tower. Wow, all those T's. Nice alliteration there, but, well... Oh, actually, Mag didn't continue going on the tier 2 bottom. So they don't get anything in return for that. Well, that it makes the tower difference being in favor of Oslic Gaming. Better yet, the split push potential that is opened up by taking down this tower for the Nature's Prophet and for the Weaver, both are fairly decent split pushers, is quite scary, actually.
Yeah, and they'll be able to get back into the game just by doing that exact thing, by pushing either as 5 or split pushing. And now that they have a Nature's Prophet with, of course, the Necro Book purchased up, it's going to be even more difficult for Empire. However, they do have a lead. They've got a little bit of a head start for their team. Mag is getting significant farm. His Shiva's Guard is there, but There's also Resolution, who's got ganky potential. Darkness is used. He's got his gem. His Aghanims is now up. So the vision is huge for Resolution. He sees everything that he's standing around, which is amazing. He needs that because he has that gem as well, too. So he knows exactly what's going on in this game. Resolution is going to be the shot caller, I think, for the rest of the game. Say, okay, do we want to fight this? Do we want to go somewhere? I have vision here. Do we have wards? Can we maybe smoke up? Expect to see Resolution leading the way for the most part.
Yeah, now with, of course, still the darkness there. It's almost running out, though. That's a shame for him. But yes, they are going to try to make the most of it. They're going to just dive themselves in, go for the Alchemist. Don't want to overextend, though. I mean, it's Empire. Normally they do overextend, kind of, but playing fairly careful here as the sun still hits upon Resolution, but of course the shield comes out and the pause instantly comes out. This is, like this, you only see Russian teams do this. Pausing for the Russian
I like
casters.
that, actually. I like that a lot. Like, that's really, really neat. I wish people would do that for me. Sadly,
yeah, oh, they actually
someday.
already resumed the game from the same team, though. Well, perhaps he thought that it was a teammate? No.
I don't know, but you know, we'll see if they want to dive here. They have the Sages. Nice stomp, nice sleep. Gonna hit on a couple. Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Just before he could time-lapse all that damage off, Owner's being cold, Alchemist still charging up a stun, but I don't think it will matter. He will get picked off there. Resolution on a mega kill. 3 dead. Brilliant Earth Splitter coming out from Silent there, by the way. That was just a thing of beauty. We're gonna see them just pushing high ground because there's nothing that can stop them in the middle lane. Chomi is trying to split push a bit, but you know, he's a Storm Spirit, so he doesn't push that fast. Someone who pushes a bit faster is the Nature's Prophet, who has got a Necronomical level 3 in the base. So not yet there and can't yet push very fast because other than that, I mean, he doesn't have a Desolator or anything like that, so can't really do anything, and he only forces the Crystal Maiden back. In the meantime, Empire has already taken the entire lane of Rex on the top lane. Oh, Alchemist ending up stunning himself. Chomi also not going in. Tron has to be careful here, though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Resolution actually might be chasing him down. Will they try? I think they could try. The TP is on cooldown. Oh, 4-step to the low ground. That's going to save his life right there. Alchemist still coming in. Lands a stun up on Silent. Are they really... Do they really want to fight this? Yes, they do. The mechanism on Silent. Silent will get picked up, though. His team too split up to do anything about it. There's no Doom anymore. And everything was used earlier, so, but they only lose 1 in the end.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and they lost a set of racks for it. So, you know, the Empire is now definitely in the driver's seat, and you know, Tron is going to do all that he can. He tried to split pushing, but you mentioned he didn't have his Necro 3 just yet. He had all the recipes for it, but it wasn't online. Now that he has it, he might be able to do an effective job, but Resolution's chasing after Wicked Sick. Wicked Sick is maybe potentially dead. Aegis is still up for Resolution for a minute, so he can be as aggressive as he wants. There's going to be the Void Silence. Nice Chemical Rage, and Resolution can't get this kill now. He knows that. Wow, the exclamation point from Wicked Sick. Nice all chat. I like it.
But that, yeah, I mean, he had to be really fast with the Chemical Rage because the Void, the Silence, everything came out. If Resolution went the other way, went for the Silence first and then the Void, that would have been a better option. Then there wouldn't have been a Chemical Rage, and then I think he might have been able to kill him off, but we'll never know. As Crystal Maiden farmed, Crystal Maiden picks up a Blink Dagger. Pretty decent item for Crystal Maiden, actually, especially if you're on the winning side. You want to be able to chase people, you want to be able to lock them down. And Empire just getting fatter and fatter with the BKB on Mag. We've got 2k gold sitting on the Night Stalker. I'm kind of surprised that he's not more, like, richer than what he is right now, but still looking pretty healthy in terms of having his items ready. And the only thing that's lacking behind for Almost Like Gaming, or one of the bigger things that lacking behind, I should say, is Weaver. I mean, he has got his Lincolns, but he still doesn't have his next item. Looks to be a Desolator to be able to be split pushing a bit more effectively, but he should really be a bit bigger than what he is right now.
Yeah, you take away some of those depths and you get him a little bit more farm. With that Midas, he probably has his Desolator finished up right now in any other game. But the way the game has been going, he's only got 1 Mithril Hammer and his Lincoln Sphere done. So it's a game that's been rough for him. I mean, the Lincoln Sphere has not been helping him out a whole lot. He's not been able to do a lot of damage, and it's just because it takes a long time to get online. And against a lineup with a Night Stalker, it's going to shut you down very early on. So Empire made the right decision in their draft, and I think honestly, Ocelote Gaming, they're running out of time here. They have 1 set of racks down. You know, they can't really get to Roche at any time. Even a Smoke Egg may not help them, considering there's an Aghanim's gem up, a Night Stalker. So if they're going at him, they'll be able to see things coming from a mile away. He's going for a Basher, by the way. So just too much damage to deal with, I think, for Oslic Gaming. And they will pause. They'll try to regroup themselves here, but I think this is the beginning of the end, to say the least.
What do you expect Alchemist to buy? He's sitting on 2,400 gold. Of course, it is a support Alchemist. But what are you expecting him to get?
Honestly, I would prefer most Alchemists that are support Alchemists really need to get Blink Daggers, because their entire real usage is through initiation. Blink into the Acid Spray Unstable is enough damage to really catch somebody out of position very quickly and grab easy kills. However, the way that Empire are playing, they're playing sort of 4 close 5-man kind of playstyle. They might go for something a little bit more team fight oriented, in the sense that he might go for something like a Vlad's to help out his team survive, just get some more armor, something along those lines. But either of those item choices are fine. He just needs to pick up something, because he's only sitting at 2,400. He's not going to be able to farm up something like, too big. He's got to just say, what can I get right now that is really going to help out? And even maybe an armlet, just because he needs to survive longer in team fights. And with Chemical Rage plus armlet, you don't die that easily. So we'll see what he wants to do.
Yeah, in the next fight, we've also got a BKB for Chomi, so that will help out Oslic Gaming a bit better. Although they will have to deal with the Scythe of Ice from Silence, so we'll see who's faster, the Scythe of Ice or the BKBs, as we have now a Basher also online on the Night Stalker, or at least in his stash it's there. Only one tier 2 tower left standing, and the reason that Empire cannot push on right now is that there's still split pushing happening, and with the level 3 Necronomicon you can't really leave Tron near your base. I mean, it might not be killing off your base, but you can't really risk it, because if you wouldn't be getting the fight, it's only one fight that you would be needing to lose to still lose this game. And of course Empire, they want to play it a bit more careful than that, so they back off, defend their bottom lane, they'll probably get their items up and probably rotate bottom lane to make sure that the tier 2 there is down as well. And of course to make sure that the Nature's Prophet, if he is going to split push, cannot attempt to split push on the tier 3 tower that is already almost down, but instead has to start all over on the top lane.
Yeah, this is still a big issue from Empire. They have a tier 3 tower that is in deny range currently, and which would leave the Raxes exposed. So he's doing his job, making this game last a lot longer than it really should. And he's going to keep getting items, he's going to keep being annoying. He has that Necro 3 already, other heroes can get it, but the Roshan is going to be taken by Empire. There's nothing really Oslic Gaming can do. However, Roshan is not up and available for about another minute here. I was talking about support items for Wicked Sick. He is going to go for that big item, which is going to be obviously the Assault Kiros. I don't know if he'll be able to build this. He's about like 3,000 gold away or something, so it is going to take him a period of time here. He does get more tanky with the Chainmail and with the Plate Mail, and gives him some more armor, which is very nice to keep him alive from right-click damage, but still, I would have preferred some sort of Blink Dagger initiation tool, but then again, they're playing defensively, so I guess there's no point in it at this time, so they just have to kind of let the cards fall where they may.
Yeah, and hope that the amount of split push that Nature's Prophet can provide is enough to buy them time to get that item, because as you said, he is fairly far away. And that is just, I mean, for a support who doesn't get farming priority, can they actually get it? They're split pushing on 2 lanes right now, though. Nature's Prophet is going to push on bottom still, because mid lane.
My sound broke.
Your sound broke? I still hear you. Do you still hear me? Hello? Let me check if I can fix that, as, well, the tower did die. Of course, there was a split push happening. Let's follow Mac for a second while I see if the sound can be fixed.
I'm back, sorry.
You can hear me, right? You can hear me, right?
Yes,
okay.
It's not you, it's my computer has it troublesome from time to time, so that's my apologies about that.
Okay, was curious there, but I mean this push from Empire was interrupted. They were managing to take down a tier 3 bottom still by having the creeps in the mid lane reach the base, therefore backdoor protection was gone. Empire will now take the Roshan though, and we'll see how fast they can go up the middle or the bottom lane. I don't think it should cost them too much effort. We already have, once again, Tron split pushing. He is doing a really good job at trying to delay this game.
Yeah, this is your typical Rat Dota coming out from any ordinary Nature's Prophet, just being annoying. He'll have level 3 Nature's Wrath in a moment, which is going to allow even a faster push because of the damage. It's 225. But another important thing to note is Big Num now has his Desolator, so he can also get involved. With a Desolator, you can take down buildings quite quickly. He also has Shikuchi to clear creep waves, and you look, Tron's going to just head top immediately, and it looks like they will have to TP back home to defend this. They're not going to be able to push in time in order to stop the split push of Tron on the tier 3 tower, unless they want to just go straight for the Raxes, straight for the jugular, and try to take down the tier 4 towers. But still, it's annoying. You've got to deal with this. He's already sending a Treant to block the creep wave and keep it there. It still is going to take some time, as you can see. I don't know, Empire, they're a little close. There's a mid lane, a Big Num pushing in, and they will have to TP one hero back that's always want to fly. And as well, Resolution has, of course, the haste rune. He's going to try to maybe find Big Num, who is heading top. He's got that gem. They can maybe get this kill. Silence is going to come. Nope, Lincoln Sphere, so.
Yep. That's gonna be a drums pop, and actually they still want to go for this. The Bastion are there, there's still a time lapse though, and Big Num can time lapse and then run himself the other way. Even though he would be standing in the hands of Always Wanna Fly. Oh, just too fast with the Shikushi. Oh! Lincoln.
Oh man, that was close.
That was very close. In the meantime, Alchemist does go down to the Doom because Doom is just bashing people away. Pops his BKB, looks for Weecha Zig. Think he can get that kill too, he just needs a crit. Level Death will do the job. Double kill for Mag. Earthsplitter doesn't reach anybody anymore as Tron. If they can catch him, that would be a very big deal. Can they stop him from teleporting? Yes, they can. Just doom him. That will do it. He is dead. Triple kill for Mag. Resolution trying to find Storm, and he's able to TP himself out. Big Num coming in. Resolution still with the gem. Realizes he's there. Just waits for the Lincolns to be popped first. Now the silence comes. Now perhaps he can take him down, but in comes Chomi. Can they take the gem away from him? The Aegis at least is burned. They don't have another Vortex. They shouldn't be able to take him down. He can just run himself away. Still gets silenced up. He still starts bashing on the tier 3. Eats a stun. But Empire, they're up in the base, up OSG, and they don't have to deal with split push right now, and that's all they ever wanted. Oh, that's already weird. That though, freezing field coming out from Always Wanna Fly. I think this might just be it. Weecha Zig drops like a rock in a pond. Weecha Zig, or Wicked Zig rather, also goes down. Down goes Joey. Buybacks for everybody. By the way, that was a buyback on the Storm, and then he died again in no time. Just Alchemist and Visit left alive. Just the two supports here, with Alchemist not yet enough to, like, far away from finishing up his Assault Cuirass. And I think this is maybe about over, unless Nature's Prophet can create a miracle here. But no, the GG is called. Empire will take this game home. We'll take the points of this game here in StarLadder StarSeries, and Oslick Gaming will have to deal with the shame of losing to Empire. Actually, there's no shame in that, but they did not get the split push going. They got outplayed, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say they got outplayed and outpicked this time around. I honestly think that even though the Nature's Prophet did do a good job of split pushing, the early game aggression was there for Empire. They played an excellent game. There were very few mistakes overall from Team Empire. They played absolutely outstanding on the back of it. Mag, who had 0 deaths in this game, which is an impressive feat for a Doom. His GPM is 729. Look at all the items he accrued over the course of the game. Resolution had an excellent time mid. He died a couple times early. Still, you know, Oslick Gaming, they had a rough game, but so nothing to be ashamed of with that one. They did a very nice job trying to stay in the game and trying to fight, but unfortunately they will go down to Empire here.
Yep, they will indeed. Well, we're going to see Empire again, see if they can keep their head above water also in the game that they have against Relax, formerly known as Poseidon. Relax, you're doing fine, they're called now. And Relax has actually been doing really nice. They were able to beat Fnatic yesterday. Let's see if they can take out Empire, which is also one of those top contenders that a lot of people see making it to at least the top 5, 6 here in StarSeries. We'll be right back. Official starting time of the game is in 5 minutes from now, so you have a bit of time to grab yourself a drink or some food. But it shouldn't be too long before we have ourselves the second game here in day 11 for StarSeries.